Alright, good evening everyone and welcome back once again to TCR Trinity Competitive Racing. We are here tonight with the Platinum class of Trinity Competitive Racing in Season 13 for Round 9. But other than Round 9, this is another special event that we're running here again for the 6th time. It is going to be the return of the TCR Grand Prix. Welcome everyone, this is Blue Machine with you guys tonight, and in the booth with me I have D'Angelo to commentate on this amazing event. We've been running it for a few years now, a few seasons. Welcome, what do you expect out of this one?
I expect some pretty good racing tonight. Obviously we have the 3 one-shot quali sprint races to set the qualifying grid, and then we have the 50% race at the end of it all to decide our TCR Grand Prix champion. And between all these guys, they're all very quick, and I expect to see some good racing tonight.
Yeah, exactly, and you mentioned there quickly the format for those of you guys that are joining the stream and never possibly seen a TCR Grand Prix before, and you're asking how is it different than a regular Grand Prix that we will run in the Platinum class. Well, we have full qualifying with Q1, Q2, and Q3, but they're a little bit different than what you're normally used to. We're going to get a one-shot qualifying for each one of the qualifying sessions to start us off, and then that is going to set the grid for a 5-lap race, just a quick race there. But there's extra points available up for grabs here tonight, and quite a few of them. You can get an extra point for the fastest lap in one-shot quali, an extra 3 points for first, second is going to get 2 points, and 1 point to third in each one of the 5-lap races, as well as an extra point for the fastest lap in each one of those qualifying races as well. So that's quite a few points that wouldn't be otherwise available to the drivers in the Platinum class in the season if we were not running this event. And that could possibly change the championship. This would be absolutely amazing to see. We have quite a close battle going on for the championship right now between Bats Plus and B-Tom. Just 1 point separating those two. Bats Plus leading, B-Tom trailing by 1 point, and Alfa Romeo and Ferrari separated by 9 points only between those two guys in first and second. Wow, this is going to be a lot. We're just getting ready here for the one-shot quali for Q1. What do you think about Bahrain in general, D'Angelo? Do you like this lap or this track? What do you think makes a good lap around here?
I feel like I'm going to take what I did in my laps yesterday. I feel like more downforce I feel like you make more time in the corners around this track. There's a couple pretty long straightaways, but really they don't make or break your times as much as you would think. It's those tight technical sections that they either make or break your time. And basically a lap around here, especially when we get to the 50% race, it's very demanding on the tires. It's probably going to be a 2-stop, but it's going to be an interesting night as we head into the hot lap for Q1 sprint race.
And what do you know, we're on board with B-Tom running into turn 1 after the long straight for the start-finish there, and he makes it through 1 and 2 and into 3, which is just a little bit of a kink to the right there. Opens up the DRS for the first time on his fast lap, coming now into turn 4. Pretty good rotation there for B-Tom, currently leading the one-shot qualifying session here. It's a purple sector 1 there with a 27.856 as he now makes his way through the wobbly section 2, or the start of at least sector 2 there, as he makes his way now into turn 9 and then 10, which is going to be a very tricky one. A lot of people locking up and overshooting it. And I'm sure we're going to see that, as now he's going to have the DRS enabled once again for a little bit on the back straight, coming into turn 11. Nice little left-hander there. That's going to bring you into turn 12, into the right-hander. That's a very long one. Make sure to never touch that inside curve through turn 12, because that will spin you out in a split of a second. As B-Tom now made his way through 13 and only got 14 and 15 to go, which really is just one corner as you rotate the car around here, and that is it. Open up the DRS, cross the line. B-Tom looks like he's gonna lose pole position to Bats Plus right at the line. It must have
Yeah.
been really close.
It looked like Bats Plus got him by, it looked like 6/100ths. I caught it right at the end. Yep, 6/100ths of a second. Great lap though by those two. Looks like this first race for the qualifying is gonna be pretty interesting between Bats Plus and B-Tom.
And you see the results there of the one-shot qualifying for the first qualifying session of the TCR Grand Prix here tonight. Bats Plus, the current leader of the championship, earning himself an extra point as well for the fastest lap, now leading the championship by 2 points overall. And this is going to be a very interesting one. Just going to run through the rest of the grid here so you can see everyone and where they're starting up. I'm not sure if we're going to have any formation laps in our qualifying sessions for the 5-lap race. I'm hoping not, or maybe we do. We're not going to know until we know.
That make for the longest night of all time.
All right, so to again mention, we're going to have a 5-lap race. The top 3 get points. An extra point goes out to the fastest lap. The bottom 5 will get eliminated at the end of this race, and we're going to continue on to do the same thing in Q2 with 15 drivers. From Q2, we're only going to have 10 advancing into Q1, and basically those 10 are then going to be fighting out for the top 10 spots in the race. And I think, yeah, we're not going to get a formation lap, so we're going to have 5 lights on. And the lights go out and we go racing, and it looks like a pretty good start there from B-Tom and from Bats Plus and from Wayo Flu, who was starting in P3 and is now challenging. B-Tom is going to challenge Bats Plus into turn 1. I hear some banging at the back. There's quite a few cars side by side. Seafreeze is side by side with the Haas of Flip Flop Fish, who just manages to get ahead. Oh, we've got some boards being...
collisions in the back.
Yep. And looks like Ecos Verstappen. Oh, somebody just went for a big spin there. It's Ickle Bickle. Ickle Bickle is missing his front wing, and he's going for a big spin out of turn 4 there. I'm not exactly sure what happened, if that was all by himself or if there was any contact there, but he's now in danger of getting eliminated in this Q1 session.
Yeah, Bats Plus re-overtook B-Tom, heading in towards almost the hairpin before turns 9 and 12. The top 6 are pretty close to each other. It's going to be a drag race going down. Actually, it's around top 10s within a tenth of each other. Well, not really a tenth, but 5/10 with that. So it's going to be a drag race.
And at the back, it's Ickle Bickle and KGB Black Angel. Both of them lost a lot of positions at the end of lap 1, or by the end of lap 1. So they are now in the danger zone and might get eliminated in Q1. Will not continue into the next session. It looks like Wayo Flu is trying to make a move on B-Tom into turn 1 on the second lap of this Q1 5-lap race. And he couldn't quite position his car close enough. We have Cali Rob here attacking on Seafreeze. Oh, almost smashing into the back end of that Ferrari in his orange McLaren. That would have been a big incident, but he manages to avoid it just about. Looking at 007 Professional now attacking on Ecos Verstappen. I'm not sure who Ecos Verstappen is, if he's a new driver, if he's just a driver that changed his name.
Yeah, it looks like Verstappen, though, he does have a 2-second time penalty to his name as of now. So, Professional is in net P4 at the moment.
Alright, so we're on lap 2 out of 5. Just a quick one here in Q1. It was Bats Plus who got pole position and still leading the race here for now. So he is on track to hopefully make another 3 points to his name. I'm sure he would love that. And he will be in more of a lead in front of B-Tom, who is currently also right behind him in this race. So I'm sure he's not just going to give it up in his Williams. Weo Flu is not giving up anything whatsoever in his McLaren. Every single time they go into turn 1, he's right there side by side with B. Thomas. Now DRS is enabled on lap 3. This might spice things up.
Yeah, B-Tom gained a little bit of time on Bats Plus, but it's going to be a DRS strain. Everyone's going to be catching up to Bats Plus, but B-Tom does have the advantage because Bats Plus will not have DRS going into the straightaway after turns 9 and 10.
If you guys are watching, thank you so much for tuning in. We've got lots of action coming your way here tonight. We're going to see lots of battling, lots of incidents for sure, because these 5-lap races, they make everyone really close together, and everyone wants those extra points available for the championship here tonight on top of the regular points that you would get and will get in the 50% race that we will get after the qualifying. We're going to have Q1 here, which we're watching right now with lap 3 out of 5. Currently in the danger zone, it is Mebi, Dreamzy, Latope, KGB Black Angel, and the Ickle Bickle. They're in danger of getting eliminated out of this Q1 session. The rest of them will go on. It looks like Weo Flu got another 2-second penalty. Yeah, and he's now got 4 seconds.
No, Verstappen had the other one. He has 2 seconds. Flu does. Verstappen and Flu are the only 2 people with time penalties. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt them for points anyway.
Oh, and I'm getting word here that Ecos Verstappen is actually silent, which we have known for quite a while. So, yeah, there we go. Silent right now. Is in P4 with a 2-second penalty. Weo Flu in P3 with a 2-second penalty. And Bats Plus still leading on lap 4 out of 5. Let's take a look here at the back. Is maybe anywhere close to P15? He is not. So QVR Packer, his own teammate, might advance into Q2, but it doesn't look like maybe is going to be able to do that. He's still got a lap and a half to try and catch up and overtake QVR Packer. So those bottom 5 drivers are going to be eliminated if things stay the same as they are right now.
Yeah, as we head on to this straightaway here with Bats Plus and B-Tom, as 007 gets around Silent going into the 14-15 little section there. I believe looks like 007 did keep the DRS because he was behind.
B-Tom for the lead into turn 1. Sorry to interrupt there on Bats Plus. They make a little bit of contact, but B-Tom is through. Now Weo Flu is looking for a way. He's looking for it. He's going to be going on the right-hand side of Bats Plus as they're coming in into turn 4. There's a bit more contact there. Oh, a little bit more shoving and pushing as Weo Flu makes his way through for P2. And just like that, Bats Plus is down to P3 on the last lap of this little quick 5-lap race for Q1 ahead of the TCR Grand Prix here tonight. It looks like B-Tom is now going to get the 3 points. Weo Flu might get a couple to his name, and Bats Plus might come out of it with only 1 point to his name. That means the championship lead will switch hands once again.
Yeah, the only problem is Weo Flu has that 2-second time penalty, and Bats Plus is keeping with him. So Bats Plus is in net P2, and 007's in net P3. Which that'll give 007 a 1 point, and Bats Plus will get 2, but B-Tom looks like he's pulling away on this final lap of Q1.
And here they come into the last corner, so not much else going to be happening here at the back. It's going to be Ickle Bickle, KGB Black Angel, Latope, Dreamzy, and maybe eliminated, but at the front it's B-Tom who wins this Q1 race. Bats Plus will get P2, as you mentioned there, D'Angelo, and 007 Professional will be promoted to P3. So those guys will get an extra couple of points to their names, or it will be 3 points to the winner, 2 points to P2, and it will be 1 point to P3. And the fastest lap point will also go to B-Tom, so B-Tom actually gets 4 points altogether out of this race. Well done for him. And just as I mentioned, the championship lead just changes there briefly again, momentarily, because I'm sure it's going to change again when we get all the way through here tonight. Mebi, Dreamzy, Latope, KGB Black Angel, and Ickle Bickle will not be continuing on into Q2.
No, tough luck for those guys, but you know, it's a 50% race once we get there, so anything can happen. But those 5 guys will not be going on to Q2.
So, B-Tom, Bats Plus, and 007 Professional celebrating on the podium there for a couple of extra points that they are getting to keep for their championship here tonight before we even get to the big race. So that's going to be very exciting there. An extra point to B-Tom as well for the fastest lap. Flip-Flop Fish in 4th, Seafreeze in 5th, Whale Flu ended up in 6th place with his penalty. Cali Rob and Perry in 7th and 8th, and then we have Verstappen and Sequit in 9th and 10th. And then, crucially, as we mentioned, Ickle Bickle in 20th, KGB in 19th, 18th is going to be Latope, Dreamzy is going to be 17th, and maybe it's going to be 16th when we get to the 50% race here after qualifying. Those are going to be those drivers' starting positions. But the rest of the grid, the other 15, advancing on into Q2 in just a few moments here. And we will get to see what kind of racing we will get out of that. It's going to be another one-shot qualifying to set the grid, and another 5-lap race to hand out some extra points. Stick with us, guys. D'Angelo, your thoughts after the first qualifying session there?
Pretty good racing so far, as I expected. Good battle for the lead there, and I hope it continues going into Q2 right here as we give them about a minute break or so, I believe.
Awesome. We'll take this time to thank all of our viewers once again. If you guys are watching, leave us a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Send in some more comments. If you guys are watching on YouTube or Twitch, we appreciate both of that. Feel free to watch wherever you like. But make sure that you're a part of the conversation. Send in some comments. I only see same TJ here helping us out with some information, which is really nice. Thank you so much for that. But also check out the links in the description of our video. There's one that leads you to our website where you can sign up to our Discord and then race with us, or you can be a super fan, which is a title that we hand out for people that just want to hang out and talk to some of the drivers, or be part of the conversation there in some of the forums and the chats. Other than that, check out the links to our affiliate sponsors, Fanatec. They've been a sponsor for quite a while, and if you use the link in the description, you'll be supporting the league in doing so as well, and getting yourself some great racing equipment. Other than that, check out the link to Drink Alchemy. They're a new sponsor that came in Season 13, but they have some great products as well, some great energy drinks, and use the code TCR at the checkout. You'll get 10% off your drink product purchases. And also, we've got our own merch. We've got hoodies, we've got pants, we've got t-shirts, hats, we have mugs. We have pretty much everything. Check out the link. And again, you'll be supporting the league in buying our merchandise, and I think you'll like it. Some of it is customizable. Like, you can customize your jersey, you can customize the pants, you can put a number on it, you can put your player tag, or you can put your name, whatever you like. So check them out. And yeah, we really appreciate your support. Let's get ready here for one-shot qualifying in Q2. We've only got 15 drivers that will be qualifying in this session.
Yep. As we go back to who was eliminated and will not be racing, Mebe, Dreamzy, Latope, Black Angel, and the Ickle Bickle will not be joining us for this session. They will be spectating as they are awaiting the 50% race start.
"20 seconds on the clock until we see some cars on track here. Yeah, this should be a really exciting one. We have no Park Ferme for this one. We have free tire choice available as well for the full grid race later on. And so that should be pretty exciting. It gives the drivers a little bit of flexibility to do what they would like. Let's stick on board here with Ecos Verstappen this time around. We got to watch Beaton before. Verstappen now coming onto the straight there. Looks like he lost a little bit of speed already on the straight because we've got some people switching positions. Verstappen now comes up the hill, opens up the DRS and into turn 4. Oh, a little bit of a lock up there on the inside wheel, but gets the car rotated. So slow in, but really quick out of the corners there. It seems to be the solution for Verstappen. Beaton dropped a few positions, but then now catching up again. It looks like Verstappen and Beaton switching positions here for pole position. Very, very close as Verstappen rounds out turn 10, opens up the DRS once again. Running into turn 11 now in this one-shot qualifying that will set the grid for another 5-lap race. And we will eliminate another 5 drivers. So you want to start this race as high as possible so you're not in that danger zone of the bottom 5 and you don't get eliminated. Verstappen right now sitting in P3 with the time he's putting in. Looks like B-Tom has lost out some time because I don't see him anywhere. He's down to P14. Something must have happened to him as Bats Plus gets another pole position point to himself. Seafreeze gets P2. Flip-Flop Fish is going to be 3rd. 007 4th. And Ecos Verstappen that we were watching on board with is going to be starting in 5th position. But the sensation there really is the fact that B-Tom, I think, made a mistake somewhere. Might have had a spin, might have had a moment, and he's going to be starting way down the grid.
He got disqualified. I guess he invalidated his lap somewhere. It's going to be tough in a 5-lap race, especially around this track where DRS trains are king. But it has been done. But it's going to be interesting to see how B-Tom will fare. Along with Perry. Perry also disqualified. So both drivers invalidating their laps on this second one-shot quali run.
And Wayo flew as well, a driver that was very quick in the first qualifying session. Now going to have to start from P13, Stanley 12th, Chatty 11th, QPR Packer in 10th. Those guys are going to be fighting it out to make sure that they do not get eliminated in the second session before the TCR Grand Prix, which is going to be a 50% race around Bahrain. Here at the Bahrain International Circuit in Sakir in the Kingdom of Bahrain. And yeah, pretty good host for TCR Grand Prix event like this. I think so far it's giving us some good exciting racing. The weather is not a danger here tonight, so yeah, I think this is going to be a good one.
Yeah, Bahrain's always been it's really been a driver favorite and a fan favorite, even in real life too. So it always gives pretty good racing. It's always a fun track to watch. It's just really interesting as 5 lights are now coming on.
And we go racing once again here with Flip-Flop Fish, who gets a rocket start, and it looks like he's challenging Seafreeze into turn 1. Oh, there's going to be a couple of cars going, or about 3 wide into turn 1 there. The 2 Ferraris and the Haas were battling it out, and the Haas will get in front. So Flip-Flop Fish up into P2, Seafreeze down into 3rd, Sequid making a couple of positions up. He started 7th, making up positions into 5th now in the other Haas. Looks like Haas's are pretty quick here tonight. And getting it down and bringing us some action right off the bat. Flip-Flop Fish getting 2 positions, Sequid 2 positions. McChicken right behind Sequid is already 3 positions up as well from where he started. So there's action going on everywhere. Wayo Flu is battling it out with Cali Robb with his teammate for tonight. And it looks like
Flew up 4 positions from P13. He is out of the danger zone as of now. What a great start from Wayo Flu.
Absolutely, yeah, he was very quick in the first qualifying session here as well. So we'll see if he can hold on to that position and hopefully advance into Q3 where he can battle for pole position for the TCR Grand Prix for the 6th running of it here in Season 13. We're just coming to the end of the first lap now. It's just going to be a 5-lap race. Pats Plus with the fastest lap, holding on to the lead. Flip-Flop Fish in second, Seafreeze in third. 007 and Sequid battling it out for 4th position. And then at the back we have Perry in 15th, Stanley in 14th, B-Tom still down in 13th place, but trying to catch up there to Chatty Duck in 12th. Let's see if he can make up a couple of positions. We have a yellow flag. Oh, and that is Wayo Flew, who spun around, and he did make contact with someone else. So hopefully no one got too much damage there, but yeah, I think Callie Robb.
Stanley. No, it wasn't Stanley. Someone bumped Callie off the track. Couldn't really tell who that was, but B-Tom is back out of the danger zone into P10.
Yeah, I think possibly Callie Rubb might have some damage from Wayo Flew spinning in front of him. He might have just tapped him there a little bit. We will have to wait and see, but on lap 2 of 5, oh yeah, Callie Rubb is having a little bit of trouble making it around corners here.
Yeah, it looks maybe, oh yeah, he's struggling pretty good there. Look, doesn't really look damaged, but it might have just gotten nicked where you can't really see it.
Now Silent is gaining very quickly on McChicken as they're now on the start-finish straight. He just set a fastest sector 3 on the previous lap, but not close enough to make a move into turn 1. He will have DRS, however, as they come up the hill, but McChicken has DRS of his own on Secret. And we're going to have a little bit of a DRS train now here from pretty much first all the way down to 9th.
Yeah, they're all bunched up here together. Most of the guys will probably be saving ERS now that they realize it's a DRS train. Trying to maybe gain one more position.
Cam is right at the end of this DRS train. He is in 8th place and holding on to Verstappen, or Silent as most of you might know him from before. And yeah, this is going to be a very interesting one. It looks like the bottom 5 are in their own little battle. There's a couple of guys that are pretty close to each other. So once we get on to lap 5, I'm going to switch over to a little bit further in the back of the grid to figure out which drivers are going to get eliminated out of this session here tonight.
Yeah, it's back all the way from 9th to looked like 12th. It's all bunched up. So it's going to be interesting to see. Is Packer gaining really quickly on B-Tom? Looks like he's going to hold back. Almost running into the back of him. So we have
here comes Verstappen. Verstappen overtaking for P6, and Flip-Flop Fish and Seafreeze side by side. Oh my goodness, they are bumping. They are keeping it as close and clean as they possibly can. Flip-Flop Fish getting a little bit off track there, coming back on and dropping the position to Seafreeze. So this is going to be very close and intense. Sequid there, he wants to get on this battle as well. He wants to get involved. He would like some extra points.
It looked like Flip-Flop Fish got bumped a little bit by Seafreeze, maybe, and that's how we went off track, but I feel like it's within reason because it's a fast section. Might have been, we won't really know in the end.
Alright, so we're about to finish lap 4. And these top 5 right now are locked in. The top 6 actually. Well, top 5 are closer together, but McChicken is still within DRS zone of Sequid as well. Just about to drop out of it here in a moment. Looks like Seafreeze is going for the lead. Overtaking Bats. Bats knocks into the back of Seafreeze a couple of times. 3 times there, making contact with the back end of Seafreeze's car. That was extremely close between the Ferrari and the Alfa Romeo. Bats Plus, he wants those extra points. He wants to go back into the lead of the championship once again, because if he gets first place here, it will be enough to beat out B-Tom, and I'm pretty sure he's got the fastest lap to his name as well. Let me take a look. Fastest lap currently belongs to B-Tom. Alright, so this is absolutely incredible. This is a last lap battle in Q2. 5 guys are going to get eliminated. QVR Packer is right on the back end of Chatty. Chatty has DRS. Is QVR going to be able to overtake?
No, but he's got one more opportunity. Gonna have to hit his marks here.
If QVR can't make anything happen in the next couple of... Oh! And yep, that is not gonna help him whatsoever. And I think that's gonna mean that QVR Packer will be eliminated together with Stanley, Cali Rob, Wayo Flew, and Perry the Dog. Meanwhile, at the front, it's Seafreeze who gets an extra 3 points to his name, with Bats Plus, who comes home to bring it for P2 for a couple of points extra in Q2 here tonight. And Flip Flop Fish will get an extra point to his championship as well. We're also going to hand out an extra point for the fastest lap, which is going to go to B-Tom. So, Bats Plus and B-Tom, that championship fight, it's going back and forth, a point at a time. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, good racing there. Sucks for Packer that he won't be making it to Q3. It was going to be hard for him anyway. It looked like he really didn't have any ERS, which is not good around this track. It's a very ERS power-heavy track. But, you know, in the end, he's still going to have a chance starting P11. So it'll be very interesting to see what kind of strategy he does go with.
Alright, so that's your podium finishers there for the Q2 5-lap race. And we've lost another 5 drivers that will be eliminated and will not continue to Q3. But these top 3 drivers will get a few extra points to their name, with Seafreeze getting 3 of those, Bats Plus with an extra 2 points, and Flip Flop Fish will get an extra point. So will B-Tom for the fastest lap here tonight. But more crucially, QVR Packer, Stanley, Cali Rob, Wayo Flew, and Perry the Dog eliminated in Q2 here tonight ahead of the TCR Grand Prix, the 6th running of this very, very special event. So bear with us for a couple of moments. We're going to get the grid set up for Q3 with another one-shot qualifying, with another 5-lap heat race to get that set up, and then we're gonna have our whole grid from 1st to 20th set up for the 50% race later on.
Yep, it'll be very interesting to see. I feel like all the drivers will be going all out, vying for pole position on this last sprint race. So it'll be very interesting to see how it ends up turning out.
Yeah, speaking of how things turn out in the TCR Grand Prix, I just wanted to mention previous winners. So the first running of the TCR Grand Prix was in Season 8 in Monaco, which was won by Sequit. And that was also his very first Platinum race after getting promoted from the Golden class mid-season in Season 8. So kind of like a Verstappen move, being promoted mid-season, jumping into a race, winning it, and out of everything, it was also the TCR Grand Prix that year at Monaco. So that's very, very special there. So we do have a winner of a previous TCR Grand Prix on the grid and also going into Q3. So definitely keep an eye on Sequit. The second TCR Grand Prix was in Austria in Season 9. It was won by Go-To Guy, who was also the Season 6 Platinum Champion. The TCR Grand Prix, the third time we ran it, was also in Austria. That was won by Sean, who was also the Season 5 Champion of Platinum class. And then we had the 5th Grand Prix in Season 11 in Brazil. That was won by Go-To Guy for the 2nd time, the first and only so far to win it 2 times. Unfortunately, he's not here tonight to win it for a 3rd time, so somebody can possibly take that away from him. Secret could become the 2nd 2-time winner of a Grand Prix. And then the last Grand Prix in TCR that we ran, the last big event, was in Season 12 at Brazil, and that was won by Pisassin, who was also that season's Platinum champion. So there seems to be something going on here. A lot of times it's either won by champions of that season or previous seasons of TCR, and also definitely, with Secret, first-time racers. So could we have another first-time racer to win it here tonight? Or do you think it's going to be Secret? Or do you think we're going to see a brand new winner for the TCR Grand Prix here tonight? D'Angelo, what do you think?
I believe we will see a brand new TCR GP winner tonight. I feel like the previous winners will do good, but I don't think they'll fare enough with all these new guys, all the new drivers that are very quick coming into the league and in the Platinum class to overcome the speed and the racing capability for tonight.
All right, let's see. I mean, I know a couple of guys that really wanted. Seafreeze definitely probably wants a TCR Grand Prix win title to his name. He already has 3 championship titles in TCR, so that would be a nice one to add to his little cabinet of trophies. Other than that, B-Tom, obviously last season, or a Season 11 champion, yeah, because Season 12 was Pisassin, but Season 11 Platinum class champion. I'm sure he would love to get a TCR GP win. Secret has a TCR GP win, probably wants another one. So we've got some people that are really going to be pushing it here tonight. And yeah, it should be a really exciting Q3. If you guys are just joining now and you're like, why are we still in qualifying? Tonight is the 6th running of the TCR Grand Prix. Different format, Q1, Q2, that already done. Now we only have 10 drivers left, and we are watching them now go out there for a one-shot qualifying that will set the grid for a 5-lap race, and that will decide the last, or the first 10 positions ahead of the TCR Grand Prix, which will be a 50% race. Let's get ready for that as B-Tom here seems to be leading the field for now. He was last time around as well until he made a mistake somewhere towards the end of the lap and dropped all the way down and got disqualified from the session. And now he is making his way through the end of Sector 1. That is a purple sector. Down now into Turn 8. And into Turns 9 and 10. Gets really nice on the braking there. You can just hear the tires wanting to lock up, but he's not letting them. Almost like he's got ABS. Well done from B-Tom there as he now runs into the next corner. Into the left-hander of Turn 11. Still leading the field with Flip-Flop Fish very close behind in second. Looks like Ecos, Verstappen, Cam, and McChicken are kind of switching positions back and forth. Seafreeze is also switching position. B-Tom, another purple sector. Only got a couple of corners to go. This could be an extra point to go to B-Tom here tonight and to his championship. Opens up the DRS, runs down to the line. It is going to be B-Tom on pole position, and an extra point goes to his name.
Yeah, good lap there by B-Tom. First driver tonight into the 125's blistering lap. He put it all together on that lap and set the fastest lap of the night so far.
So there you go. B-Tom on pole, Flip-Flop Fish in second, 007 Professional third, Seafreeze fourth, Cam fifth, Verstappen's going to be sixth, and then we have McChicken, Bats Plus, Chatty Duck, and Sequit all the way down in 10th, so he's going to have to work hard if he wants a good starting position for the 50% race. But now, we're not going to eliminate anybody else. We're just going to decide who starts where in the top 10 of the 50% race here for the 6th running of the TCR Grand Prix. If you guys are watching, this should be a good one.
It's going to be an all-out battle here in Q3. Drivers will be very touch and go, I feel like. They'll be battling, not really ramming, but I feel like there'll be a little bit of contact here and there. So it's going to be very interesting to see.
Yeah, I think the drivers could pretty much be a little bit more aggressive in this session than they were in the first two. There's no elimination danger. You know you're going to be starting in the top 10 regardless. Free tire choice ahead of the next Grand Prix or the next race, ahead of the 50% race, so they can choose whatever tire they want. Let's get ready for 5 laps of Bahrain ahead of, or for Q3, as 5 lights go on. And they're out, and it looks like a really good start there from B-Tom. Flip-flop fish from 007 are possibly going to be side by side into turn 1. Oh no, B-Tom gets hit there by Flip-flop fish. McChicken slides into P3, gets ahead of Seafreeze. Sequit gets ahead of everyone as well. Sequit now attacking on Seafreeze, going into turn 4, and he's up into P4 now. And now 007 is going to go attack Seafreeze as well. Did Seafreeze possibly get damaged? Oh, McChicken spins out. McChicken goes for a spin, and he takes somebody else with him. It's Cam. Cam gets unfortunately collected in that incident as well. Let's go back to the front here. We've got Seafreeze and Bats Plus battling it out. We said they're going to be more aggressive in this session, and they definitely are. This is just crazy for the first lap. We have a couple of incidents already, a couple of cars at the back. Sequit was making up a bunch of positions, but now he's back down to P8.
Yeah, Sequit looked like he almost got caught in that, and that's what made him slow down, as Verstappen gets ahead of Seafreeze, and so does Chatty. Does Seafreeze have damage? As Sequit bends it as well, and Sequit is now with Cam and McChicken.
Yeah, I can see that Sequit is missing a piece of his front wing. Cam,
Freeze.
I'm not sure if he's got any damage. Seafreeze is going into the pits right now. Let's go back to the front here, as Flip-Flop Fish is only 4/10 away from B-Tom. So he's keeping the pressure on him, but yeah, a little bit of a messier start from some of the guys here that are now towards the back of the grid.
Yeah, I've said that they would be more aggressive, and it came to fruition through those first couple of corners. A lot of spin outs, a lot of taking each other out. But it's exciting, but it's also sad for the drivers that get taken out, because you know how much they want pole position, especially for this race.
Alright, if you guys are liking what you're watching, make sure you leave us a like and subscribe to TCR, Trinity Competitive Racing. We usually do this 3 times a week. We did it this week. We'll do it next week as well. But it's been a really crazy couple of weeks, because we got so many special events going on. We had the All-Star race last week. We had the feature races in Silver and Golden class this week. And now the TCR Grand Prix here tonight. So lots of stuff going on, lots of action here at TCR as always. Sequit has now DNF, and he's going to be starting in P10 at best. We are now at lap 3, so DRS is enabled. So wow, we've lost one driver already. We've got P10 is decided. But who's going to be on pole position? Who's going to get those extra points on the podium here in Q3?
Looks like it's going to be a battle between Flip-Flop and B-Tom. Professionals not far behind. He's really hoping that these two battle it out, and maybe he can steal a pole position away from these two.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys have any predictions, send them in the comments. Let us know who you think is going to be here on pole position in Q3. for the 50% race, or if you have any predictions for the actual TCR Grand Prix for the 50% race, let us know, and we will definitely read them and voice them out on stream. We are really excited to hear from you guys, and thank you guys for watching and tuning in to TCR. As always, this is going to be a really exciting night with 20 drivers, a full grid. You're only watching 10 of them right now for the next couple of laps, but we're going to have a full grid here tonight, and it's going to be absolutely crazy, I am sure. Bahrain always brings really good overtaking and good racing. Here comes Flip Flop Fish into turn 1. He's going to be ahead of Vitom. Professional is going to stick his nose in there, but not quite alongside. And he actually lost out a little bit of time now to Bats Plus.
Yeah, now Bats Plus is going to get his head into this battle here too. So now we have a four-way battle for pole position as we are on lap 4 or 5. 2 laps to go. Well, 1.5 now. So it's going to come down to the wire for pole position.
Yeah, and actually one thing to mention here in Q3, the guys that end up on the podium will get even more points. They are going to get 5 for first, 3 for second, and still 1 point for third. So more points to fight for here tonight. B-Tom already has an extra point from the one-shot quali. He's got that added on to his tally. Flip Flop Fish now in the lead, so he might get 5 points if he can hold on to that lead for another lap and a half. But B-Tom is going to have the DRS at least a couple more times. And yeah, that could be very dangerous before we're done here tonight. We're coming into the last couple of corners now of lap 4. That means we're only going to have one more lap to go. And that is going to decide the starting positions ahead of the 50% race.
Yeah, Flip Flop Fish does not nearly have as much ERS as B-Tom does, but the smart play here, yep, exactly. Let B-Tom get ahead of you. You can have DRS on this next straight. And he stays within pretty close range. I think he's going to get the move done on this straightaway here.
Here he comes on the left-hand side. B-Tom defends really well. He's going to go for the switchback. He's going to now end up on the right-hand side of B-Tom. They're going to be going into a very dangerous corner there. Yeah, and he's very smart to back out of it. It's Flip Flop Fish. He's going to have one more chance on the back straight, and that is where you can make a move. B-Tom is going from one end of the track to the other. He's trying to make his car as wide as possible. He wants those extra 5 points. Bats Plus is out of the extra points, out of the podium positions. So this is very good for B-Tom. If he can start ahead of him in the race, he can hold on to a slim championship lead.
Flip Flop Fish does just not have enough ERS. I believe B-Tom will take this race home, this little sprint Q3 race. So yes, it just hit his marks and he will be good. As here comes 007 now on Flip Flop. Lost a little bit of time and he will not get to Flip Flop.
B-Tom is the winner and is going to be starting on pole position for the 50% race. Gets an extra 5 points to his championship leadership, and also gets, no, he does not get the fastest lap. It's going to be Bats Plus who gets the extra point for the fastest lap, so at least he gets an extra point out of tonight's Q3. Well done for Bats Plus. Flip Flop Fish gets 3 points, and 007 Professional an extra point for him. Oh, and Seafreeze takes away the extra point from Bats Plus in the dying moments of this race, and it looks like somebody else took it away again. We're gonna see who ended up with that extra point for the fastest lap, because it looks like it kept on getting beaten on the finish line.
Yeah, it looked pretty crazy there. We are about to find out.
And there you go, B-Tom celebrating. He's got an extra 6 points from Q3, 1 for getting the one-track qualifying pole position, and an extra 5 for the win. And then we've also got Flip Flop Fish with an extra 3 points, and 007 Professional got 1 point for P3. It ended up being Cam, as you mentioned, with the 1 extra point as well for the fastest lap here tonight. But this is the grid now for the top 10 for the 50% race. B-Tom in first, Flip Flop Fish in second, 007 in third, Bats Plus in fourth, Chatty is going to be fifth, Verstappen is going to be starting sixth, McChicken seventh, Seafreeze eighth, Cam ninth, and Sequit is going to be in P10. Alright, we've made our way through qualifying. From here on, it's pretty straightforward. 50% race around Bahrain with free tire choice, no parc fermé. They can do whatever they want to their setup. They can fit whatever tires they want and go for whichever strategy they think is best. But it's going to be a great race because all the TCR Grand Prix are always very exciting, and sometimes they have really crazy moments. So definitely stick with us here. We're going to give the drivers probably a couple of moments to get ready, and we will be right back. Alrighty, looks like we've got all 20 drivers back into the lobby. I think they're just getting a couple more minutes of break time to get ready for the 50% race. If you guys are just joining now, or if you've been watching all along, thank you guys again so much for all of your support and for tuning in to all of our streams, both on YouTube and on Twitch. We greatly appreciate your support of Trinity Competitive Racing. Make sure you leave us a like, subscribe to the channel, send in some more comments. I see a couple more coming in from Blake Foster saying they should have someone who does penalties. We do have a team of stewards for each one of the classes, and the drivers can submit their incidents at the end of the race normally. For special events such as tonight, we could possibly be reviewing incidents as well. We've had that before, but so far it seemed alright. I mean, yeah, there was some wheel banging, but maybe we'll see in the chat after. Maybe some of the drivers will voice some of the incidents that might have happened in qualifying and in those races. But overall, I think it was a pretty good one. We have CS Shaq saying, TJ, my man, responding to same TJ there. And yeah, same TJ has been very active in the comments tonight. Thank you so much for that. Keep those coming in. Let us know your predictions for the race. Who do you think is going to win the TCR Grand Prix for the 6th time that we're running it here tonight in Season 13? We started in Season 8. And yeah, it's always been a really fun event. I think this is the 3rd time that I get to commentate on one of these. And there's been some crazy things that have happened, especially to people like Sequit and a couple of other drivers as well. So we will keep an eye on those. Let us know if you guys have any questions about the league, about any of the drivers, if you have any questions for the drivers, because you never know, they might end up on the podium and we might be talking to them at the end of the race. But we're just getting ready to get started for the 50% race here tonight for round 9 of season 13. It's going to be at the Bahrain International Circuit in Sakir in the Kingdom of Bahrain. It's a 15-turn track. We're going to be running the regular track limits, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if we're running strict or regular, but I think it might be regular. And it's a total length of 5.4 kilometers for a single lap around here, so pretty decent track. A couple of good spots to overtake. 3 DRS zones, so yeah, all the ingredients that you would want for a good race. D'Angelo, we watched those races through Q1, Q2, Q3. Anyone in particular that you're going to be keeping your eyes on?
I'm going to be keeping my eyes on probably Seafreeze. He's going to be starting in P8, a little far back, but I feel like he does have the pace to contend to win this race. I believe he'll make up a lot of positions, and he's a smart guy. I believe he'll have the strategy down pat and be able to make the most out of his race and maybe come out with a win.
Alright, so yeah, keep an eye out on Seafreeze. I'm going to say Bats Plus. He showed us that he had a lot of qualifying pace. He had some pace in the races as well. He had a couple of podiums there. He got some extra points. He is starting, I think, in, was a P4, P5, somewhere around there. But he still should be able to get a good result. So that's one driver that I'm going to be keeping my eyes on. And then obviously B-Tom. He's really challenging everything, all of the drivers here. He's got the pace. He's proven it many times before. He's a previous platinum champion in TCR. So yeah, there's a great grid of drivers here tonight, and I think we're going to be watching a great race. Another driver that really showed some good pace here tonight was Veo Flu. Did have a couple of incidents, but you never know. He could come back and surprise us all.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see. I'm really excited for this race, as we're still in little break mode as the drivers are getting ready, getting some water, using the bathroom. Should start in the next few minutes or so, so very excited for what this race will hold.
Absolutely. So we'll give the drivers a couple more moments, and we should be back with you guys in just a couple of minutes here. Okay, I think I see some drivers readying up ahead of the race here, so that's usually a sign that we are getting started in the next few moments here. Let's get ready for the 6th running of the TCR Grand Prix here in Season 13 with the Platinum class. This is going to be also counting as round 9 of this season. We've only got a few more rounds to go, and it's a very close battle for the championship between Bats Plus and B-Tom, and also between Alfa Romeo, Ferrari, and Williams in the Constructors' Championship. This is going to be a 29 lap race around Bahrain, 50% distance, and yeah, it should be pretty exciting. We're letting the drivers have free tire choice and no park firming so they can set up their car however they like. It's going to be a very interesting race here tonight. Can Sequit get a second win of a TCR Grand Prix, or are we going to see someone else win it for their first time?
Find out on next week's episode.
All right, and CS Shack asking another question. They're saying that I've seen D'Angelo racing before, but what class is main commentator racing in? I've only seen him here on comms. So I race in the silver class. That's me, Blend Machine. And D'Angelo, you race in, was it the golden?
Yes, I do, indeed.
There we go. All right. And if you guys have any more questions, let us know. Send them in. We are really happy to hear from you guys. Appreciate your engagement and your comments and your likes and your subscriptions. And we are now just moments away from getting started. We will have a formation lap, I'm pretty sure, ahead of this race here, as we normally do in TCR. But free tire choice, D'Angelo, do you think that's going to play a big part in picking out the strategy?
I do feel like it'll play a big part. However, I feel like it'll still be a two-stop because the hards, I've done it in a practice session before, the hards are ultimately absolutely terrible around this track for grip. So I feel like it'll be still a two-stop with either medium, soft, medium, if they go that route, or soft, medium, medium, or if they can stick it out long, soft, medium, soft. Or you'll see some people maybe do medium, medium, softs. It all just depends.
Let's run through the grid here quickly. We've got B-Tom leading the grid, starting up pole position on a soft tire. Flip-Flop Fish in second on a medium. Then we have the Ferrari of 007 Professional, followed by Bats Plus in fourth in the Alfa Romeo, and both of those drivers on the soft tires. We also have Chatty Duck, Ecos Verstappen, and McChicken in fifth, sixth, and seventh place on medium tires, all three of them. Seafreeze in 8th. We've mentioned him before that he's got some potential here tonight. He's starting on the soft tire in P8. Then we have Cam in 9th, Sequid in 10th, QVR Packer in 11th, and Stanley in 12th, all on those medium tires as well. Cali Rob, the only driver in the bottom 10 on a soft tire in P13. And then Wayo Flew, Perry, Mebi, Dreamzy, Latope, and KGB Black Angel. So that's 14th down to 19th place, starting on a medium tire. And Nickel Bickle rounding up the grid all the way down in P20 on a hard tire. So maybe he might be trying something different here tonight. Maybe trying a one-stop or something else like that. Now, the other thing is Bahrain, in terms of safety cars, is pretty average. You usually get at least one or two. You know, if somebody does go off and hit a wall, there are some walls that you can hit. There are some places where you can come back onto the track. What do you think, D'Angelo? Are we bound to see at least one or two safety cars?
I believe we'll see one. Turn one, especially on this track, is always atrocious. Especially if they get all racy from the start and try to win the race on the first lap. I believe we'll at least see one, maybe also a VSC, but it also wouldn't surprise me if we saw maybe two full safety cars tonight.
Alright, the top runners are coming back to the grid. The predicted pit strategy is a medium to a hard one-stop, or a two-stop from a soft to a medium and another medium, but I think if the guys are going to go for a two-stop, they might go for a soft, medium, soft. And also, as we mentioned, if there's any incidents, if there's safety cars, it might shake things up. It looks like all 20 drivers are back onto the grid. We're going to jump on board with Bats Plus, who's battling for the championship in the Platinum class of Season 13 in TCR. And he's got B-Tom on pole position in front of him. The lights should be coming on now any second. And we are getting held up for just a moment here. Let's see if we're going to be able to clear this momentary hold or not. Let's hope so.
Gotta love Codemasters.
Alright, letting those tires get nice and cold. I'm looking on board with Bats Plus and looking at his steering wheel. His tires are at 52% on the front, 51 on the back. I don't think any of these drivers are going to be happy with tire temperatures, and turn 1 could be a complete disaster. Alright, tire temperature still holding around 50, so at least we've got about half the temperature that you would need. And we're still waiting. Cars are bouncing around a little bit. Usually you'll see them bounce around and then we'll start the race. Oh no. Is this going to be a restart? Alright, we've got a prediction from Charles Pruitt. Oh, we do have lights. 2, 3, 4, 5 lights are on. And we go racing on absolutely cold tires for everyone on the grid because we had to wait. Oh, and Bats Plus! Bats Plus spins it out and he's all the way down to last place just like that, with Ickle Bickle being in 20th, and I don't think he moved. No, Bickle has spun as well.
Oh my god,
Ickle Bickle on the hard tires. He has spun out at the back of the grid. Oh my god, everyone is trying to weave around and trying to get something in. I think Secret has just gone off. And we do have a VSC. Yeah, there was cars everywhere, and the VSC is not going to help get tire temperature either, really. Everyone's going to have a delta that they're going to have to adhere to, but this is... what a start. I mean, with that hold on the start straight, or on the grid, it cooled down everyone's tires, and you saw Bats Plus having a horrible start, and Ickle Bickle and many others struggling into turn 1, as I mentioned. Wow. It's a great start to the 6th running of the TCR Grand Prix.
Gotta love chaos at the start of the biggest event of the season. Always love that kind of stuff. As we are now back green, B-Tom got a great start off the VSC, 1.8 seconds ahead of the Haas of Flip Flop.
Yeah, it was a pretty sudden ending there to the VSC, and it looks like 007 Professional gained a little bit of time, and Flip Flop Fish as well. Flip Flop Fish getting a little bit wobbly on the exit of the last corner, still trying to get those tire temperatures. Looking on board with 007, he's only got 77 degrees on the front tires. That is still not enough as he goes for the move anyways into turn 1, and he's up into P2.
Yeah, great move by a Professional on those colder tires. But now they're starting to get warmed up now as people are going through the corners. Now we can get into the good, as most of the entire bottom 10 goes into the pits. If we replace wing damage tires, maybe different strategies now after the chaos that happened in turn 1.
Yeah, and Wayo Flew going onto the hard tires, Cam onto mediums, a couple of guys, Ickle Bickle and McChicken going onto soft, but the rest of the guys who pitted are fitting on mediums, except for Wayo Flew with the hard tires. Very interesting strategy situations here as Seafreeze is now attacking on Shady Duck. Seafreeze started 8th, is already up into P6. He's trying to go for P5. Barry gets disqualified from the session for facing the wrong way. I am not sure how that happened. I think it happened at the end of the pit straight as Verstappen there almost gets spun out all by himself and manages to keep the car on track. That was very close. Now Seafreeze is going to have a go on him, and he goes around him, but we're going to have DRS enabled here on the next lap, so Verstappen will have a chance to come back at Seafreeze, but that was a great overtake. Seafreeze up into P4. He's gotten a lot of positions already off the start here tonight.
Yeah, good start by Seafreeze even after through the chaos. He's up 4 positions up in P4. Still 1.1 seconds behind Flip Flop, so he will not get DRS to try to defend from Verstappen as we head towards turn 4.
Beatom in front by 2.3 seconds already on 007 Professional. Flip-Flop Fish just about keeping within the DRS zone. Oh, and we have somebody else. It's Latope. Latope has had a moment there, and he's lost a few positions. He's down to P12 now. Just got overtaken by Dreamzy and I think by KGB Black Angel as well. So not a good start there for Latope. I think some of the guys are still having some trouble on their tires. They're maybe, you know, having them so cold and then putting a bunch of heat into them might have done something. We don't really know, but it's a very interesting mix of drivers right now, and also a mix of strategies. Beatom, Professional, those two guys are on softs. Flip-Flop Fish is on mediums. Seafreeze is on softs, and then he's followed by a whole bunch of cars that are currently on the medium tires. And then we have about 6 drivers at the bottom there that did pit already under, well, the end of the safety car, right at the end of the virtual safety car. So everything is still to play for here as Seafreeze is now going for a move on Flip-Flop Fish into turn 1, round the right-hand side, makes that one stick. He's up into P3 and onto the podium. Another yellow flag, and who is that? I think that's Wayo Flu. Wayo Flu is he's out. He's retired from the session. Oh, and he collected Ickle Bickle.
Should be full safety car.
Full safety car, and we are now down 3 cars out of this race. Ickle Bickle, who just got collected by the retired car of Wayo Flu, and Perry the dog, who got disqualified for facing the wrong way. Remember, D'Angelo, when I told you that some hectic things usually happen in TCR Grand Prix? This is what I was talking about.
I did not doubt it at all. When we see the top 3 soft runners pit early and maybe try to extend mediums, it's all to play for right now, as the softs around this track usually only last about 6 or 7 laps anyway, so it'll be interesting to see.
Alright, so thinking about that, I mean, if Beatom pits right now and fits on some mediums, he's definitely going to have to pit again, but he gets this free pit stop right now pretty much, because everyone else behind him is most likely going to pit, except for possibly the medium runners. From there on, though, does he go on to a medium soft or a medium? What do you think is going to work best?
I feel like now a medium would be best, because then you'll still have tire life towards the end of the race.
Oh, an interesting move here. 007 Seafreeze. Those two guys in the Ferraris do not pit whatsoever. So Beatom pits out of the lead together with Latope and Flip-Flop Fish and Dreamzy. Those 3 guys have made their... Oh, sorry, not Latope. So Beatom, Flip-Flop Fish, and Dreamzy have made their stops now. Beatom onto mediums, Flip-Flop Fish onto the hard tire, Dreamzy onto a medium. But yeah, again, here Seafreeze and 007 Professional deciding to stay out on track.
Yeah, interesting move by the 2 Ferraris. Maybe they'll try to play hold-up game here and maybe try to get a undercut situation going here. So it'll be very interesting to see how long they can make these softs last.
Wow, so that was a very interesting start to tonight's special event here, the 6th running of the TCR Grand Prix. Quick mention of the affiliate sponsors, Fanatec, check out the link in the description. Drink Alchemy, great drink or energy drink company, check out the link in the description to them as well, and use the code TCR at checkout. You'll get 10% off your purchase. Other than that, check out our own TCR merch. We have some jerseys, we have hoodies, we have hats, we have mugs, we have all kinds of different TCR merch. It's very affordable. You'll be supporting the league by buying it, and you can even customize a lot of the items, so make sure to check that out. And also, if you're interested in racing with us, if you have a PlayStation, you have the F1 2021 game, you want to join one of our classes, the silver, the golden, or the platinum class, check out the link to our website, and you can fill out an application there, and you'll get all the information on how to join Trinity Competitive Racing and how you can interact and race with a lot of the guys that you're watching on screen right now. It's been, as I mentioned, a very hectic start. If you missed it, you guys have the ability of rewinding and seeing that while we're still under the safety car, but we had a couple of pretty crazy incidents, mostly caused by the fact that we started the race with a big hold on the grid and everyone had very low tire temperatures, so that really made for a very entertaining start to tonight's Grand Prix. At the moment, it's the two Ferraris in the lead, 007 Professional and Seafreeze on soft tires. They have not pitted under the safety car. And then we've got pretty much everyone else on mediums except for Flip Flop Fish on the hard tires, who should be getting restarted at the end of this lap.
Yeah, very interesting by Flip Flop to go on the hards. Maybe he thinks he can take those non-grippy little suckers to the end, so it'll be very interesting to see what he can do on the hard compound tire. As yes, we should be ending this lap, if not the next lap. Though, as the drivers will start getting their tires warmed up, I assume. So, should be back to green flag racing here in a second or so.
Alright, so we're going to be hopefully getting restarted here on lap 7. We're going to have about 22 more laps to go for the 50% race to decide the points that will go to each one of the finishers here tonight for round 9, and also we will decide possibly a new winner of the TCR Grand Prix. The only previous winner that we still have on the grid right now is Sequit, and he unfortunately has a penalty to his name, so that kind of opens up the door there. And there we go, we've got the message from race control that safety car will be in on this lap. Everyone is weaving around trying to get some temperature into those tires and into those brakes. We will get restarted here in just a few moments. You guys are watching, thank you guys so much, and let's get ready for some more action coming your way here tonight in this Platinum class. And there we go, it looks like Professional has pulled the trigger. He's got Seafreeze and Verstappen pretty close behind. Seafreeze is trying to lose the tail of Verstappen that he's got right behind him. They're coming into turn 1, and we've got, Sequit there, and who was that? I think Black Angel were making some big moves into turn 1. Oh, we've got some touching there. It looks like B-Tom and KGB Black Angel made a little bit of contact. I think they're still coming out of it alive there. B-Tom trying to go around the outside of KGB Black Angel, but doesn't quite make it work. Chatty and Flip Flop Fish battling it out here right now, side by side. Flip Flop Fish on those hard tires, Chatty on mediums, and they're still side by side going into turn 8. And Flip Flop Fish comes out on top.
Great battling there between Flip Flop and Chatty, as here comes Latope diving down the inside of Chatty, losing a lot of time right there to his teammate Cam, as Cam is going around the outside into turn 11. Very interesting restart to the green flag there, as the Ferraris are still out in front at the moment.
Alright, we're not going to have any DRS for the next couple of laps since we got restarted from a safety car. So for now, these drivers are going to have to do it all on driving pace alone and maybe a little bit of battery usage. It looks like somebody's peeling off into the pits. It's Sequit. He's going to take his pit stop now, and he's going to go all the way down the grid. It looks like possibly Dreamsy might be coming into the pits as well. He's moving very slowly out of the last corner. I think he might have had a spin or a moment there. There's some battling going on between Latope and McChicken. Oh, they almost took each other out there. It was very close, and they're still very close together, and there's still some battling going on in front as well with Flip Flop Fish, KGB Black Angel, and Chatty Duck as Cam makes contact with the back end of Chatty's car. This is absolute madness right now. Everyone is super close together, and everyone is sending it.
Yeah, all these guys are pretty bunched up from 7th down right now. It's going to be very interesting. Flip Flop does have the best strategy. It looks like he's making these hards work right now. They will last to the end of the race, so it's going to be very interesting to see. He needs to try to get up as high as he can for track position right now, as fast as he can.
Let's see if those hard tires will work out for Flip Flop Fish. In the meantime, I'm watching here is McChicken and Cam and Chatty Duck and Latope, all of them involved in a really nice long train of cars. They seem to be having around the same pace in terms of just driving alone, so I think they're just waiting it out until DRS gets enabled. And as I say that, we got the message that DRS is now enabled on lap 9. 20 more laps to go. Who's gonna be the winner of the 6th TCR Grand Prix? It's pretty much all open right now, and the guys that we thought might be at the top there, I mean, they could be, but for now, anything could happen, and we've got a long way to go. Let's see what kind of racing we're gonna get here. Looks like B-Tom is making a move on Stanley, makes that one pretty easily on his own teammate, and he is up into P5. Now he needs to chase down QVR Packer and then put some pressure on Seafreeze and 007 Professional, who it looks like they might be trying to pull out those softs and go for a one-stop, maybe onto a hard, maybe onto a medium. We don't really know, but it could be a very interesting strategy game here to decide tonight's race. What do you think, D'Angelo?
I believe it's definitely going to come down to the strategy, because everybody seems quick right now. Even on those old softs, the two Ferraris are very quick right now. Even on those old softs, well, guys behind them are still on mediums, so they're running about the same pace. So the two Ferraris looking like they can manage their tires very well, so they might go on to the mediums to go to the end.
We will wait and see, but for now, Verstappen is holding on to them on his medium tires, and he's even holding on to DRS. So, yeah, this is going to be very, very close. Once Professional and Seafreeze make their pit stop, they are going to drop quite a few positions. They might end up in a midfield battle somewhere with a bunch of other cars. You never really know what's going to happen here. Right now, it's Professional leading the race, Seafreeze in second, Verstappen in third, QVR Packer is currently fourth, and B-Tom in fifth. That's going to be pretty much those top 5 guys that are going to be battling it out, I think, for the win here tonight. Flip Flop Fish down in 8th, but on a hard tire, so he's going for a different strategy. He could possibly make that one work. We also don't know how many more safety cars we're going to have here tonight.
Yeah, only one VSC and one full safety car off the rip. So it'll be very interesting to see. I feel like once we start getting more pit stops going, more bunched up, you might see more wrecks, more safety cars, especially getting towards the end of the race here. So it'll be very, very interesting to see what is going to happen in the next 19 laps.
Yeah, those guys from 7th down to 11th, they are still within DRS zone and pretty much forming their own DRS train. Not really changing positions too much, because it's really hard to overtake when everyone's got DRS in front of you and behind you. So yeah, we're going to have to wait and see which one of those guys is going to gain positions and come out on top. We are on lap 11 of 29, and Seafreeze and Professional are still in front. They're not thinking of pinning just yet, but Verstappen on those mediums, he's keeping pretty damn close to them. B-Tom has gained about 0.6 of a second on the last lap on QVR Packer. So everything is still pretty much to play for here tonight. BGB Black Angel and Stanley having a nice little battle here. They're still side by side. Stanley's going to try and defend around the outside, but didn't quite work out there. And that's B-Tom holding on to his position. But KGB Black Angel going for another move here. Or on Stanley, sorry, not on B-Tom. This is pretty nice racing here. Flip Flop Fish now coming right onto the back of KGB Black Angel, or of Stanley. So he might make a move here, but Stanley's got DRS. Yeah, this is very, very exciting to watch.
Yeah, Flip Flop making those hards work at the moment. Doing very well. Sticking close enough to the top of the field to where once they pit, we got a Sector 2, Sector 3 yellow flag. It's McChicken.
McChicken with a spinaroo. Looks like he came out of turn 12 somewhere. maybe touched the inside curb or something and went for a spin. He's now down to P16. And at the front there, we've got Verstappen making a dive bomb on 007 Professional, but Professional holds on to the position for now. Which one of them is going to get the DRS? It's going to be Verstappen who has a DRS. He's going to go around the left-hand side, around the outside into the next corner, or at least trying to go there. And it looks like Seafree still keeping the position for now in P2. QVR Packer is now right on the back. Yeah, I was just about to mention.
Cali Rob gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Track limits might play a factor here too tonight. These guys getting antsy, making mistakes, going wide.
Ecos Verstappen gaining a little bit more time now on Seafreeze on the back straight with the DRS enabled, but still not able to get that P2. This is letting in QVR Packer and B-Tom into this battle because now they've all caught up to each other, and now the top four from second to fifth, they're separated by less than a second. This is going to be absolute madness all the way down to the end. There's a huge difference of strategies going on between Professional, Seafreeze, Verstappen, Packer, and then B-Tom. B-Tom is on a little bit younger tires. Here comes Verstappen. He's got P2 finally from Seafreeze. And now QVR Packer is trying to line up Seafreeze as well, but Seafreeze is now going to have the DRS on Verstappen. Here he comes. Let's see if Seafree is going to be able to get that position back. He's not. We have another spin here at the back somewhere. I'm not sure what's going on. Sector 1 was yellow. Is that Stanley? Yeah, it looks like Stanley has had a little bit of an issue. Flip-Flop Fish has just gotten a 3-second penalty. And back we go to the front here. QVR Packers, Seafreeze, and B-Tom very close to each other.
Bats Plus going on Cam right now. A little wheel banging. Bats Plus seems to have the move done now, but Cam will have DRS as Chatty, KGB, and Flip-Flop Fish. Flip-Flop goes really wide out of turn 10. Here comes KGB with DRS. He's going to go out down the outside. He's going to try to stick it. Doesn't really try after that. They go through the 11-12 section here.
Alright, back to the front we go here as QVR Packer using his overtake button, and he gets the position on Seafreeze, but both of them are very, very low on ERS. 007 Professional has pitted from the lead. He is going to come out in P13, it looks like, and he's going to be on a medium tire. 15 laps to go. I think he can make those last until the end of the race, and that will be very exciting to watch. In the meantime, Seafreeze has lost the position to QVR Packer, and he's got B-Tom right on his tail as well. Oh, and a little wiggle there from Seafreeze as he makes his way through turn 5 and 6. I think those soft tires are now starting to yell at him. Oh, absolutely, another wiggle as he makes his way out of turn 8.
Yeah, his left front's about to pop. You can see the little line in the center of the tire going around. He should be coming in this lap as B-Tom going down the inside gets the move done. But Seafreeze will be in a good spot as I believe B-Tom will have to pit again. But he will probably be pitting on softs the next time around.
Yeah, this could still go any way possible here. QVR Packer is now going to start putting some pressure on Ecos Verstappen as well. These two guys are on 13-lap-old mediums. How long do you think they can go?
13-lap-old mediums. I feel like they can. The mediums can probably go about 17 or 18, but it's going to be tough to take them to the end. So I still see those guys on the 13 pitting, but for Seafreeze and Professional, it'll still be tough to take him to the end, but it can be done.
Oh, and I was muted this whole time. I'm not sure what happened there, but Verstappen had a little bit of a disconnection, I think, and we have a virtual safety car. But yeah, his car slowed down to an absolute crawl. He lost a bunch of positions, and now it's QVR Packer in the lead with B-Tom in second, KGB Black Angel in third, Chatty Duck in fourth. We have Bats Plus in fifth. This could be a good time for some of them to pit, and yeah, there we go. QVR Packer is going to come into the pits, and he's going to change his tires.
KGB stays out, Chatty comes in, Cam comes in, Verstappen's coming in, Mebby stays out, Latope's coming in, Dreamsy stays out, Stanley stays out, and the two Ferraris stay out, of course. Sequit is back there, and we are back. Sector 1, Sector 2, and Sector 3 yellows. What is going on here? And we are back to green flag racing as Verstappen does lag out of the session.
Oh no, yeah, it looks like Ecos Verstappen is having some connection issues. He's rejoined back now, but I don't think he wanted to fit on the hard tires. And unfortunately, that's what he's going to get. Flip-Flop Fish has now left the session and has retired from the race in the pits. So I think he's had enough for today. So now, B-Tom back to the lead of the race. KGB Black Angel in second. Bats Plus in third. They have not made their second pit stop yet. Cali Rob in the McLaren in fourth place. Mebby in fifth. Neither one of them has... Well, actually, Cali Rob has made one stop already, but he might need to make another one. And then we have QVR Packer in sixth, who has made a pit stop, who has fresh... soft tires. I don't know if that's going to be enough for 13 laps, because that's exactly what Seafreeze did on his. He did 14 laps. He was really struggling. Yeah, absolutely. Here comes Bats Plus. Bats Plus on KGB, and that is going to be P2 on lap 17.
KGB's probably trying to stick these mediums out, but I believe he probably needs to go to softs in the next 2 or 3 laps. Seems like he's starting to struggle on those 16-lap mediums.
Trying to look up the gap to the leader, but the timing board is having a little bit of a glitch right now. But I would be interested to see what kind of gap B-Tom has to Seafreeze and 007 Professional, or even to QVR Packer, because QVR Packer could possibly be a challenger here at the end of the night. B-Tom, remember, once he does make that pit stop, he's still going to have to make his way possibly through a couple of cars, so it's not all said and done just yet. I'm still waiting for those gaps to come up.
I don't think they're going to come up. I also have it set to that, and it does not look promising.
Yeah, we might have to wait until the next lap here to see those times. But wow, this is turning out to be another really exciting TCR Grand Prix. Some good battles, really crazy incidents. That start was absolutely incredible with the cold tires for everyone. That definitely shook things up right at the start. Bats Plus is going into the pits now from P2. He's going to be fitting on the soft tire. It looks like Mebby is pitting as well. He has 15-lap-old medium tires. I'm guessing he's probably going to be fitting on... No, he's going on to the hards. He's going on to the hard tire for Mebby. That's an interesting choice there. Yeah, I think he could have possibly gone for another set of mediums as well. But he decides to do otherwise. And now we do have the leader gaps. And it's 21 seconds to 007.
Here comes Chatty. Chatty on Seafreeze. Chatty gets it done.
And yeah, it's only 14 seconds of a gap between QVR Packer and B-Tom. Alright, so this is getting very, very exciting here. Very interesting. It could be very close for the win with only 11 laps to go. Let's take a look at some of the close battles going on right now. Chatty Duck and Seafreeze, that just changed hands there, with Seafreeze losing out of position to Chatty Duck. 007 Professional has a little bit of a gap there to QVR Packer. He's going to have to try and close that down. He's also got Chatty Duck right behind him with about 0.6 of a second gap, and DRS will be available to Chatty to try and overtake. And then we have Bats Plus making positions back up again. He's catching up to Dreamzy. He's got the DRS. He's going to go right around the car of Dreamzy. Yep, and that's a pretty easy overtake there from Bats Plus, and he moves up into P8 on the fresh set of soft tires. Still got quite a few cars to get around. Here comes Chatty.
Stanley's in the pits.
Chatty there thinking about a move on 007 Professional. Still challenging there, sticking his nose in. Whoa, into turn 5 and 6. That was pretty exciting.
Yeah, Chatty getting good at, not as good of an exit there, but he's still within range on those softs. He's got to be careful though. He pushes those softs too hard, they're going to fall off really quickly. So if he's going to try to get the move done, he needs to try to get it done now, sooner rather than later.
Yeah, very interesting battles going on here, because we've got a lot of drivers on different tire compounds as well, so it's really shaking things up here right now, especially at this stage of the race. And I think it's all going to really get decided in the last few laps, when all of these drivers do end up making their pit stops, like B-Tom, Cali Robin, Black Angel, and depending on where they all come out, how that whole field is going to play out, that's going to be the decider here tonight. Here comes Chatty Duck on 007 Professional around the right-hand side, way before they get into turn 1, and he's up into P5, but now Professional is going to have the DRS right out of the exit of turn 4. This is a very cool track, the way that it sets you up like that. You know, you make the pass on the one straight, but then the next straight's got the DRS for the other driver. It's definitely sets you up.
Yeah, Bats Plus is getting in on this four-way it's a four-way battle now for P5. Bats Plus on those one-lap old softs. He still has a chance in this race, because now I don't believe V-Tom or Cali will be pitting now. I feel like it's too late in the race to. So I believe they'll be trying to stick it out. But on these newer softs, Bats Plus still has a chance to maybe take a good position. It'll be very interesting. So we head towards these final few laps here.
8 laps to go. Closing stages, and Cali Rob is the first one to jump into the pits, followed by KGB Black Angel. Cali Rob has done 14 laps on his. KGB did 20 laps on his medium tires. Pretty well done, considering KGB Black Angel started, I'm pretty sure, in P19. So he's made his way up into the points, and he's now got possibly a chance to get a few more points in tonight's race. It looks like he's going to come out of the pits in P9. And Cali Rob comes out in P8, just behind Cam. It looks like Ecos Verstappen gets a new fastest lap on the hard tire with a 2.7 second. Yeah, that's a glitch.
Yeah, he definitely does not have the fastest lap. The fastest lap belongs to Bats Plus with a 1:28.1. So.
And all the times have disappeared again. Alright, so we're watching.
Bugmasters.
Yeah, Bugmasters, exactly. Or Code Breakers.
I like that one.
Alright, Bats Plus catching up to 007 Professional. The difference in tire compound is going to come into play now. Bats Plus on the brand new softs, only done a couple of laps on those. 007 Professional, brand new mediums, but 6 laps. So there's going to be a little bit of a pace difference And there's also going to be DRS to add to the mix, which comes up right now. Let's see if Vats Plus is going to make a move here. He doesn't have too much battery, down to 25%. He's going to wait around. He's going to let 007 catch up to Chatty first. And then possibly he'll have a chance to go at them both. Let's see, in the front it's B-Tom with a 9.5 second gap to QVR Packer. In second place we have a yellow flag. In sector 2, McChicken not having a very good night here. Unfortunate for him. And yeah, B-Tom crucially has not pitted yet. 16 laps he's done on his medium tires. We've seen Vats Plus do 20, or no, sorry, Cali did 20 laps on his. Can B-Tom pull out another 7 laps?
I would put it at 23. It's going to be tough, but if he believes he can do it, the only thing he's got to worry about is that once you start getting to those higher percentages, punctures are very likely. You get a puncture, your race is pretty much over if it's not the final lap.
Yeah, this could really be very exciting right towards the end. I have no clue who's going to take this one. B-Tom could possibly win it. QVR Packer has caught up by about a second on the last lap alone. So I'm not sure if B-Tom is starting to lose some pace or if QVR Packer's tires are starting to get some extra pace on them. This could be a very close ending here tonight. Who's going to take the win in the 6th running of the special event of the TCR Grand Prix? It's a really good title to have beside your name in your TCR career. And we only have one other driver on the grid here tonight who's won at Sequit, and he's all the way down in P13, so it doesn't look likely for a 2-time winner. I think we're going to crown a brand new TCR Grand Prix winner here tonight.
Yeah, it looks like Sequit didn't really have the best night in the qualifying or in the race. It sucks for a returning winner of this race, but he will bounce back, I believe, in the following races. It just wasn't his night tonight.
All right, some close battling still going on there for P3. There's Chatty Duck battling off 007, Professional Bats Plus, and Seafreeze, who are all very close behind. And even, you know, people like Cali Rob, he's still only about a second and a half back. Now at the front, B-Tom has done 18 laps on his medium tires. He's continuing on, which kind of leads me to believe he might not be pitting anymore here tonight. He might be trying to pull out those mediums until the end. QVR Packer now down to 6.9 seconds behind. So he has gained 1.6 seconds in about 2 laps. We've got 5 laps to go. He's right around getting, you know, to challenge him with DRS right on the last couple of laps or so. This could be very exciting. Down to 6.6 seconds now. My question is it B-Tom losing pace or is it QVR Packer gaining pace?
I feel like it's a little bit of both because B-Tom's on those 18-lap-old mediums, which is making him lose a lot of grip. But Packer's on those softs, which have more grip but less life. So those tires have more grip with less life. So he'll still have a lot of grip going into the final couple of laps. And yeah, I believe it's a mixture of both. B-Tom losing pace because of his tires and QVR just gaining pace because of his tires.
It's down to 5.8 seconds now. It looks like we're getting quite quickly. Oh, and somebody goes for a spin. Is that Latope? Yeah, Latope went for a little bit of a spin on the back straight coming out of turn 10. He's back on. Yeah, he's back on the grid now. I mean, back on the track in P13. Lost, I think, 3 positions there. Yeah, very unfortunate for Latope, but this seems to be a very difficult race for quite a few drivers here tonight that have had some trouble as we're seeing them lapping the car of McChicken. Yeah, quite interesting. Sorry, go ahead.
McChicken also had a tough night. He gets lapped, and then that gap between Packer and VTOM just steadily keeps coming down.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm also really impressed here by Chatty Duck. He is fending off a huge attack here by 4 different cars right behind him. All of them want his position. He's got no DRS. He's still managing to hold on to his battery, though. He's got about 50% and not wasting too much of it. What a great performance here for Chatty. He wants that podium finish here tonight. In the meantime, QVR Packer down to 4.9 seconds. 5 seconds now because he just had a little bit of a wiggle coming out of turn 13. Down to 5.1, 5.0 again. So he's got 4 more laps and he's gaining about a second a lap or so. He could be right up there.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. It's going to come down to the final lap. Sector 3 yellow flag. That is Seafreeze and Bats Plus off the track. What happened there?
I am not really sure. I just got the end of it there. But yeah, Bats Plus and Seafreeze losing a couple of positions there. They might have come together, might have had a little bit of a incident. We'll have to find out about that after the race. Looks like Secret has gained the position there on Ecos Verstappen. He's up into P11. And he's trying, no, he's going to be going into the pits, is Secret. And Verstappen, oh, Ecos Verstappen, another glitch here for the fastest lap. We're not going to pay attention to that. Back to the front we go. Chatty Duck still in third. 007 Professional still trying to chase him down with all of these other cars behind as well. B-Tom has done 20 laps now on his medium tires. He's starting to get those little bands around those tires as well, so you know that they are starting to hurt. Looks like QVR Packer is getting closer and closer just by judging on the mini-map. He looks definitely closer than he was before, but I can't see an interval because Codemasters has decided to throw another one of their glitches into the mix.
Gotta love the Bugmasters. .7 between Packer and VTOM.
Yeah, so that gap is not coming down as quickly as it was anymore with 2 laps to go. QVR Packer would have to really put on some crazy performances. Now look at this, 007 and Professional and Chatty Duck and Caleb. They're all trying to go at it here. They're all battling it out. Cali Rob trying to go around 007. 007 going around Chatty. Oh my goodness, there's going to be 3 wide. Oh, and there's
Cali!
a touch. Cali Rob spins around after making some contact there. Spins the car back onto the track. Gonna lose a few positions. Chatty Duck lost the position at the end of it to 007 Professional as well. Wow, this is absolutely crazy right now.
It's a crazy race. So we got another Sector 1 yellow flag. Is that is Stanley who has spun. It's Packer still making that gap go down. He's still pushing. Still got plenty of time left. He's just gonna have to go all out.
Yeah, 4.2 seconds, couple of laps to go. QVR Packer, he might catch up to the DRS zone of VTOM on that last lap, and that would be very exciting to see. Possibly a battle for the lead right on the dying moments of the race. In the meantime, Chatty Duck here losing a lot of time to 007 Professional, just managing to stay within the DRS zone, has no battery left, and it looks like he's being overtaken or unlapping himself as McChicken, and that's not going to help Chatty Duck at all, although he will get the DRS into the next section of the track, and that might just help him out a little bit to try and catch back up again to 007 Professional. Wow, this has been a very crazy race. Hectic from start to finish. Lots of different incidents. We started on ice-cold tires because of a very long hold at the start of the race. If you guys have missed out on that, definitely rewind and rewatch. But for everybody who's been watching so far, massive thank you guys for all of you for all of your support for the league. And make sure you smash that like button, you subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Send in some more comments towards the end of this race. We want to hear from you and what you think about tonight's battling and tonight's racing here. I think it was pretty good.
Yeah, the race was very good, and I feel like Packer is coming to an end here because his tires are 11 laps old and it's getting those bans now. So Packer, never know, final laps, B-Tom might get the nerves. Anything can happen on the final lap of the TCR GP. We just have to wait and see here.
And we're on the last lap now. B-Tom is still 3.7 seconds clear of QVR Packer. We are looking as KGB Black Angel and Chatty are battling it out now. KGB Black Angel going for the move here into turn 4. Chatty Duck trying to defend or making some contact, but KGB Black Angel makes his way through and he's up into P4. Chatty Duck unfortunately on 12 lap old soft tires. He just can't find the pace anymore. Those tires have given their best already. He just got to bring them back home now and hold on to P5. That will still be a good tally of points for his championship here tonight. But it's this guy that we're watching right now, B-Tom. He's done very well in qualifying ahead of this race here tonight with the extra points available up for grabs. He grabbed quite a few of them. And right now, he's making his way through the last couple of corners. And all he needs to do is bring it to the line to get his very first TCR Grand Prix win. And it's B-Tom who comes across the line. And he is the winner of the 6th running of the TCR Grand Prix. Congratulations to him. Obviously the previous Platinum champion, so we knew he's got some pace in him, but he's never been able to do it before in this special event, and I'm sure he's very happy about his performance here tonight. Started from pole position and got the win here tonight as well. QVR Packer in 2nd. 007 Professional is going to be in 3rd place. Congrats to him as well. Great performance, good drive. KGB Black Angel in 4th. Chatty in 5th. Seafreeze in 6th. Bass Plus in 7th. Cam is going to be 8th. Cali Rob in 9th place, and Mebi is going to take the last points paying position here tonight in 10th place. Lataupe in 11th, Verstappen in 12th, Dreamsy in 13th. We had Stanley in 14th, Sequid in 15th, McChicken in 16th place, and then we lost 4 cars of Flip Flop, Ickle Bickle, Wayo Flu, and Perry the Dog. D'Angelo, what do you think about that one?
It was very, very crazy right from the start. Congrats to B-Tom, 24 lap mediums to win the race. What an excellent job on those medium tires, and yeah, he deserved to win this one.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one, but I also agree with the driver of the day being KGB Black Angel. He started way down the grid after having a bad qualifying performance and still managed to have a great performance in the race and bring some points back home. Congratulations to B-Tom once again on this new title being added to his TCR career tally. I think he's done pretty good overall in his TCR career, but having a TCR Grand Prix win next to your name will just make that a little bit sweeter there. It was a great race overall. We got to see some crazy moments, and yeah, just overall another amazing event in this season of TCR. B-Tom is your winner, QVR Packer in 2nd, 007 Professional in 3rd, KGB Black Angel in 4th, Chatty in 5th, Seafreeze in 6th, Bass Plus in 7th, Cam in 8th, Cali Rob in 9th, and Mebi in 10th, Lataupe in 11th, Sequid in 12th place, Stanley 13th, Verstappen was 14th, Dreamsy in 15th, and McChicken was 16th, and then we lost Flip Flop Fish. Flip Flop Fish was 17th. We lost Ickle Bickle, Wayo Flu, and Perry the Dog. Well, we're gonna get to hear from the podium finishers here in just a moment, so stick with us to make sure you hear from that. Oh, sorry, I switched to the wrong party here. 1 second. Sorry about that. I accidentally left the party.
Nice.
That's not what I was trying to do there. Yeah, we're just gonna go over to the showroom and we will invite the top three finishers for tonight's Grand Prix for this special event. And we will hear what they have to say about it. But yeah, D'Angelo, do you want to add anything else about tonight's Grand Prix? Did you notice anything that was kind of outstanding?
No, not particularly. It was basically any driver's race to win up until the final lap when Packer basically just his tires were too dead and nothing really outstanding. It was just a crazy race, a lot of incidents, a lot of overtakes. Not really one thing stood out to me personally.
Well, I mean, to me, I think that start was just the craziest thing that I have seen in a very long time. So that was kind of fun to watch, and then watching the guys trying their best to survive on really, really cold tires. That's not something that we normally see in our races in TCR. Other than that, though, I mean, just the amount of really great racing that we had all around, I think that was really exciting. Sometimes we say that races are exciting because of the incidents that we have in them, but tonight it was really just because of the overall quality of the racing and the pace, the pressure that all the drivers are putting on each other. I think it was amazing to watch. And we do have some of our drivers here joining up into the lobby. If I'm not mistaken, it was 007 who was in P3. Am I correct?
I believe you are correct on that one.
Awesome. All right. Well, then let's start off with 007 Professional. Welcome to the podium interviews. Congratulations on P3 here in the special event of the TCR Grand Prix. How did you like the format? I know this is not your first time around, but another year, another season, another TCR Grand Prix. Tell us, how did you like it?
First of all, good to be on the podium with you guys for the TCR Grand Prix, the 6th edition. Um, the format, I think, is really good. It's very stressful, very intense. I think my heart rate was probably above 150 the entire time since the first qualifying session, and my heart is beating faster now, knowing what happened and what could have been, but I guess we'll get into that soon.
Yeah, and how was qualifying for yourself? Was it challenging? Was it easy to get through the qualifying? What did you think about that?
Yeah, I mean the qualifying is really tough, especially doing the one shot because for me and my teammate Seafreeze, we're in cockpit view, and so we can see the position pretty well, like in our face. So by the end of sector one, starting sector two, even starting sector three, all three qualifyings, I was very far down the order, like P9, P12, P13. And then I had to make it all up in the third sector, and it was kind of just gratifying to see, the final corner, throwing it all in there, and seeing the positions drop to, P3, P4. So it's very intense, especially when you can see your position and knowing, you can't really mess up. The braking zone, you have to be, right on it and right on the limit. So I think that aspect, I think it's great, especially for the viewers and for the drivers as well.
Absolutely. And one last question from me here. I think, strategy definitely played a major factor in tonight's Grand Prix. You guys had the choice of starting on whichever tire you wanted, with Park Ferme being turned off as well. You guys, yourself and your teammate Seafreeze, you did not decide to pit under that safety car that came out. I think it was around lap 5 or so, and you stayed out on those softs. You took them way longer into the race. Was that kind of strategy going in, or is that something that you decided to do as that safety car came out?
We had discussed possibilities of early safety cars around lap 10. The plan was to go soft to medium the entire time, and we were extremely surprised when Bats and Taz and a few others pit for the medium tires on lap 4, because we had done testing and there was absolutely no way they could have made it on mediums to the end. But unfortunately, I think the VSC probably barely got them to the line. I think it was an extremely lucky win by Taz tonight. I had the pace on the first half of first 35% of the race on the soft tire, going to the medium, had track position. Yeah, it's just extremely at a loss of words to kind of describe how tonight went on my side of things. For the first time in I think 10 seasons here in TCR, I had a chance to win. Put in all the practice, and to have it kind of being disrupted and taken away by a safety car, or first of all caused by a late start on the grid due to a connection issue, and then a safety car due to the same car just a few laps later. I have no words, honestly. So.
Oh wow! I mean, yeah, I feel for you there. D'Angelo, any questions?
Not really a question as so much as a thought. I thought you did pretty well tonight. I was hoping you and Freeze maybe could get a win for Ferrari, but I feel like you'll take away from this race that were not disappointed. I feel like, do you really think you weren't disappointed? Do you think that you did really well tonight?
To be honest, I thought I drove one of my best races in years, and I feel like I'm back to my old self, my younger self. In the past few weeks, even others have just mentioned it's like, oh damn, professionals, got to watch out and stuff. And I think just as the race went on, yeah, just certain things I guess happened, and that's racing. What can you do? Move on to the next one. But yeah, it's kind of hard to swallow tonight.
All right, well, congrats again on P3. I think you did really well. Moving on to QVR Packer. Let's
Hello.
see, how's it going?
It's been a while.
Yeah, definitely. Well, welcome to the podium finish here tonight. What car were you driving in tonight?
The Alpha Tower.
The AlphaTauri, that's what I thought. Okay, perfect. So, yeah, P2 in a TCR Grand Prix. Pretty exciting. Pretty good drive there. Again, I felt like maybe you got this position today on strategy, but tell us about it from your perspective. What did you think about the format and about the race altogether?
Well, I did a few TCR Grand Prix, I think, in Golden Class, never in Platinum. But yeah, I like I like the format. Just a little bit unfortunate. Got wing damage in the first race at turn 1 because I invalidated my lap, and then I just couldn't make a last lap pass. I think you guys caught that on stream in the second race. So starting outside the top 10. But yeah, I like the format, and overall the race went pretty well.
Yeah, there was quite a bit of action going on, a lot of overtakes, a lot of battling. What did you kind of take away from the race? Was there anything that was different from like a regular race in TCR?
Not too much once you get down to the 50% race. I think it was just a little bit of a, not necessarily a change, but it was nice to switch up a few things, as Platinum Tier always does throughout the season. So a little bit refreshing, yeah, just to have that format change instead of just a normal 18-minute short quali.
All right, D'Angelo, any questions?
Yeah, I felt like you did a really good job on those soft tires. Do you think maybe if you had more ERS, maybe you could have caught up to B-Tom, or do you think he was just too far ahead in the end?
I think overall his pace was just really good. Even after he pitted under the safety car, me and I think it was Verstappen were just unable to. We were kind of forced into just staying out. But his pace on the mediums was really good, even though his were a little bit fresher, and I think he was just quicker overall. There wasn't much else I could do. I could have extracted a few more, like maybe a second or two, but I just didn't have the pace overall, and I'm still happy with the P2 anyway. So.
Yeah, great job. Felt like you had the pace to win. It just didn't work out in your favor in the end, but still good job on a P2.
Yep, thank you.
All right, congratulations again to QVR Packer on that great drive here today and P2. And now we're going to move over to B-Tom in the Williams. your first win of a TCR Grand Prix. You are now a Platinum Class champion and a TCR Grand Prix winner. How does it feel?
Honestly, it feels pretty good. It's taken quite a few attempts to finally get the win. Just had some bad luck, or just in the case of Season 12, haven't really had the pace, but this time everything kind of came together. And yeah, I'm just happy to have a clean race and not have any major incidents for once.
Yeah, I definitely think there was a couple of moments in tonight's race that kind of fell into your lap and really helped you out. There was a couple of incidents between some of the front runners that really worked in your favor, but you also had a lot of pace. You had the pole position. You added some extra points to your tally in the championship with your performance in the qualifying races as well. Overall, it was a really good Grand Prix for yourself. So now you're in a good position heading into the last kind of third of the season. How do you feel about that?
I feel all right. I mean, I think we saw in Jeddah and Abu Dhabi that if you're unlucky with racing side by side, it can easily change. So I'm not really trying to get ahead of myself. I'm just going to take it one race at a time and do the best that I can. But with getting a good amount of points from the Grand Prix races and winning the actual 50%, it was quite a good points haul. So yeah, I'm happy with that, but still a lot of work to do.
All right, and D'Angelo, any questions for our winner tonight?
Yeah, you do take the lead of the championship, as we did say. Do you have, basically, how do you think you need to race mindset-wise to keep the lead of the championship and go on to win?
I just need to avoid getting involved in crashes and not get taken out. I mean, before I'd gotten in the incident at Jeddah, I think the championship gap was around 44 points. And if not for that incident, I'll likely increase it further. And it's the same for Abu Dhabi. I was leading the race, and then while fighting for the position with Silent in second, I ended up having to crash there. So the pace is there. I think my racecraft is fine. It's just I need to be a little bit more cautious with some people because some drivers are more aggressive than others. But I'm not really too worried about that. I just need to, keep it in the back of my head going forward.
All right, yep. Good job tonight, and good luck to you on the rest of the way in this season.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely. Congratulations to B-Tom, our newly crowned TCR Grand Prix winner here in the 6th edition in the season 13 of TCR. It was another absolutely incredible race. I am really glad I got to commentate on that one, and I'm really glad that I got D'Angelo with me here in the booth to help me out tonight as well. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, it's been a blast. Great racing, as expected, and lots of chaos. I love chaos.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we got just the right amount of that here tonight, and with the format and qualifying, we got to see some extra overtaking, extra battling, extra incidents. It was a lot of great stuff here tonight. If you guys have been watching, again, huge thank you to all of you for all of your support of TCR. Make sure you leave that like button, that subscribe if you haven't yet, and leave some more comments. Check out the links in the description of this video for all of our affiliate sponsors like Fanatec. There's a link to their website there if you're looking to buy some of their equipment. You'll be helping out the league in doing so as well. And also, there's a link there to Drink Alchemy, and you can use the code TCR at checkout on their website for 10% off your purchase. So thank you to them for their support of the league as well. And also, check out the link to our TCR merch. You can buy hoodies, jerseys, hats, mugs, all kinds of stuff. You can even customize some of it, and you'll be helping out the league in doing so as well. The links are all there. There's also a link there to our website if you're looking to sign up and race in TCR. We have silver, gold, and platinum class all making their return to regular scheduled racing next week on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as always. Wow. So yeah, that's pretty much it here for tonight and for this week of TCR. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Huge thank you to everyone who's been watching. Huge thank you to all the commentators, all the stewards, all the drivers, and everyone who's doing the job behind the scenes here. We will see you guys next week. Have a great weekend and have a good night.